Hi y'all, it's Annelies, and if you are watching this on the day that I'm posting it, today is my 27th birthday. Considering whenever you're watching this is definitely not July 10th, 2022, it is no longer my 27th birthday. Hello from 27-year-old Annelies. That feels weird to say. But yeah, with the end of my first year of grad school and traveling, which I was in Paris on my 27th birthday, how freaking cool. But I just had a lot going on that got this video delayed, so I'll just plan better for next year. Film this even earlier so I can make sure to get it up on my actual birthday. Thank you to everybody who sent me birthday wishes, by the way. But enjoy the video. I'm gonna be 27. I have always wanted to do like a video that kind of commemorates my birthday, something birthday related. People have done like the 27 things I've learned in 27 years, and I was like, one, that video would be insanely long, especially the older you get, and secondly, try not to repeat things, but like do something as an annual tradition. That's gonna be hard. And then I thought about how this YouTuber I watch, her name is Morgan Yates, she did the same interview, different year interview, that she got the inspo from Billie Eilish, and some magazine did a same interview different year, and they've done it for like 5 years with her. I think Morgan has done like 3 or 4, and both of their interviews have different questions, and I thought that would be a fun thing to do for my birthday. It's a tradition I can start this year. I can always come back to it and just like see how I've changed. None of the questions are like too insanely deep. There's also not like 27 questions, so I feel like this video isn't gonna be like 800 years long. So I made my own set of questions that I think would work best for me and that I would find interesting to see how I change my answers, or if I do change my answers over the years. And I will actually leave all the questions that I'm going to use that I kind of came up with in the description of this video. I'm not gonna leave the answers. That's what the video is for. So I guess without any further ado, this is my same interview, different year, year 1. Question number 1. What advice would you give yourself a year ago? This sounds like it would be on like a Hallmark card or a really like cheesy Instagram inspirational post or something like that, or something that like a middle-aged Midwestern mom would have in like a cute font hanging on their wall in her bedroom or something. But the advice I would give myself a year ago would be to not let other people control your happiness, and that you are in control of your happiness. I would say the thing that changed for me is when I realized, and it's not like I didn't know this, but it just kind of like sunk in again, and in a really applicable way, that I was in control of my own happiness. And if there were things in my life that were not making me happy, to no longer entertain them or have them in my life. So it's a little bit of like a life is short, do what makes you happy type of thing. You are in control of your own happiness. And if there's something or someone that's not making you happy, maybe it should go, because you need to prioritize yourself. That's like the nugget of wisdom I'd give to myself a year ago, that I think I knew, and I just didn't trust myself enough to know it. So yeah, trust yourself too. That's also what I'd say. Number 2, what are 2 of the coolest things you've done in the last year? So I'm only gonna be able to use this year, so I'm gonna use it. Is 1, I started grad school, and 2, I moved to another country. I feel like the grad school one is a little bit of a cop-out because I got accepted to grad school when I was 25, I started when I was 26, so like there's that. But I would say like moving to a new country / starting grad school are kind of like all in a bundle, because that's why I moved to England. If you didn't know and you've been watching my channel for a while, I don't know how you missed that piece of information, but I am going to grad school in London, England. So like if I was going to grad school, I was moving to England type of thing. So we'll wrap that into one. The second one would be going to Holland for the first time. And like when I actually went to Holland, because I had a layover there and I got to see my aunt and my cousin when I first moved here, but over spring break, I got to spend like a week in Holland and go to the place that I had heard stories about and seen in pictures my whole life, where all my family is from. And I got to meet cousins I had never met except through photos or FaceTime. So yeah, moving / grad school and going to Holland for the first time. Number 3, what is something that brings you simple joy right now? I have 2 things that bring me simple joy right now. 1 is Hidden Valley Ranch. I'm putting a picture on here because I don't want to go into the kitchen and get my big old bottle of ranch, but I order ranch because you cannot get that in this country. I order ranch dressing from Amazon. I pay like probably triple the price that I would if I bought it in a Walmart in the States, but like being able to like make my pizzas and have ranch with it, or like make a salad with ranch, and when you just cannot buy ranch dressing in this country, like that makes me happy. It is just the one little piece of like home and normalcy. Also, I love ranch dressing. I love it so much. But it's the one piece of home that I make sure I have, because am I paying like a lot for like, I'm paying like 13 pounds for like a big old bottle of it, which is insane. I'd probably pay like $5 in the States for that. But when I like make my pizza and I pour myself a whole bunch of ranch to dip my pizza in, it just makes me happy, and it makes me feel like I have that. It just feels normal again. So I love me some ranch. Secondly, is juggling. I learned to juggle, I don't even know how long ago now. I was learning how to juggle because I was a nanny at one point in time, and I just decided I wanted to learn how to juggle, and the kid I was watching thought it was hilarious when I was trying to juggle because I would use his blocks. And so I bought these like actual juggling balls, which is the first time I've had juggling balls. I've always used like tennis balls or T-balls or whatever, but these are like beanbag ones, so if I drop it, it doesn't like roll anywhere. They're also a really good weight. I've been trying to get, like, my goal for years has been to be able to juggle with 4 balls. And so I'm trying to get better at that, get better at my single hand juggling. But I've been taking these like to school with me almost like every day, and on breaks, I'll sit there and juggle and just try to get better. I'll juggle for like 15 minutes before bed and like work up a sweat. So juggling, and these juggling balls in particular, if you're curious what they are the Speevers juggling balls, and they're great. And it makes me happy to juggle. Can anybody frown while juggling? Is that possible? I don't feel like it is. Okay, number 4. What is something that you are proud of right now? Okay, I'm so proud of the YouTube community that I've built. Because of my community, I was able to raise $200 for Ukraine relief through just YouTube AdSense and Patreon. And then we raised an additional, I believe it was $50 on Instagram through I did like the little donation thing on there. So $250 for Ukraine relief to go to 2 charities, UNICEF and Global Giving. I love making YouTube videos because I love the whole process of filming. I love editing. I love talking about tech and like sharing that passion with the internet. I like talking about my life. Like I really love making YouTube videos. I've been doing it for like a decade now, and I love it so much. But I think the thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that I've built this community that wants to do something positive for the world. And when I first pitched the idea of doing something like raising money for different charities every month, or even for this Ukraine relief thing that I did for like 3 months, my entire channel, anybody who like saw that I was pursuing this was like all on board and wanted to know in what ways they could help. And if it wasn't for this community that I've built over the years, we wouldn't have been able to raise that much money. So yeah, that like, I remember donating the money after it got deposited in my bank account from YouTube and stuff, and just like trying not to cry, because it's really cool that this thing that I've built on YouTube was able to actually make like a positive impact in the world. So yeah, my Ukraine fundraiser that I did at the beginning of this calendar year is something I am like one of the things I'm the most proud of. Number 5, what is your favorite album right now? I'm gonna choose, I just thought of a third one. Okay, I'm gonna choose 3 because that's such a hard question. Why did I give myself this hard question? First of all, Nick Jonas's Spaceman. I didn't even know that album came out when I saw it, and it had been out for like months. And I was like, hey, Nick Jonas and team, do a better job at marketing your album, because 1, it goes off. Like if you liked the first Nick Jonas album, it's called Nick Jonas, I believe. This one is, the entire album is just like, I can't think of a bad song off the top of my head. The album's fantastic. If you haven't listened to it yet, 100 out of 10 would recommend. Secondly, and this is not a joke, and I'm serious when I say this, Gabriel Gundacker, he used to be on Vine. He made this album called the Unofficial Wii Sports album, or the Unofficial Wii Sports soundtrack, I think it's called. It is, I think it was my second or first most listened to album in 2021. Essentially what this guy did, Gabriel Gundacker, is he made all these videos where he made a joke of just being like, people ask me all the time, hey Gabe, if Wii windsurfing was a sport, what would the soundtrack sound like? And so he has like Wii jogging, Wii windsurfing, Wii croquet, Wii chess, and all the music is so peaceful but like upbeat, and like whenever I'm stressed out I just listen to it. I'll just listen to it when I'm doing work or just like walking. It's such good vibes, and like the Wii Sports and all the Wii music go so hard. If you haven't listened to it, I'm pretty sure it's on all streaming platforms. Listen to it. It's amazing. I just really enjoy it. There's no words. It's just good ambient music. And then the third album is by AJR, and it's called OK Orchestra. It's their newest album, and it's just also fantastic. I haven't really listened to their music before, except like their few like radio hits, but I've listened to this entire album and I love it. So yeah. Number 6, what is the best book you've read in the last year? Because I'm a reader now, I could actually tell you. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. Okay, I'm gonna say... So, it's a toss-up between these two books, A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik and John Green's The Anthropocene Reviewed. Good God, that is it. The Anthropocene Reviewed. They're both completely different books. This is a book of essays. Yeah. Essays on a human-centered planet. John Green wrote The Fault in Our Stars, Looking for Alaska, Turtles All the Way Down. It is almost borderline a memoir, but not. And I read this almost through the entirety of when I had COVID. And it was just something that was really grounding and made me feel like a person, and has moments where you laugh, has moments where you learn things. I think John Green is an amazing writer. I love the Vlogbrothers. So... this, and then for a different change of pace, and this has like the most gut-wrenching last line of the book, and you just like I've talked about this I made a freaking Instagram reel about this book because I love it so much. Deadly Education, what I like to say to people is it's like Harry Potter if Hogwarts was trying to kill the students. That's what I'm gonna say. It's magic, it's crazy, it's insane, it's fight to the death Harry Potter. It's like if it was the Goblet of Fire all the time, except Hogwarts, the actual school, like not the institution, the physical building, was trying to kill all the students. And it's just great, and it's awesome. I'm just gonna leave it there. I also read the second one, The Last Graduate, which was also fantastic, but number 1, beautiful. Number 7, what is something you're grateful for right now? This is gonna sound really cheesy, but I'm so grateful for my friends. Grateful for my friends in a way that, like, obviously as you get older, you meet new people, your friendships mature, whatever. The friends I have right now, whether they be the ones here in England or the ones back home in America, are just some of the best people I've ever met. I have such genuine friendships. All of these people so genuinely care about me, and I think I've never felt more supported by my friends than I do in this point in my life right now. So authentically, without caveats, like supported and loved. And there's something so powerful to feel like you have this backbone is the wrong word, to feel like you have this like just this foundation, this support system of just authentic, amazing, funny, witty, different, unique, like all these people in my life. I have my core friend group here who I am just so grateful for, because moving to a new country and not knowing anybody, and then finding people that you just click with and it just feels like you've known them forever, and like I wouldn't get through some days here if it weren't for these people. So I'm just so grateful for my friends here. And then when you move countries or when you go through hard times, you learn who your real friends are. And I would say some friendships have even gotten stronger since me leaving, which my concern was that things would go in the opposite direction and that I would lose friends because they didn't want to put in the effort of figuring out the time zone change and whatever, and knowing that I would be in grad school so I wouldn't be as available to have FaceTime calls or whatever. But like people working to schedule things with me, like texting people at weird hours and them getting back to me at weird hours, and we just kind of make the weird hours work. And I'm really grateful for my friends. Number 8, what is a country you would love to visit? Okay, right now, okay, so something that has been on my list since I was a kid is Greece. And I'm going there in a month. Literally like a month from yesterday, I'm flying to Greece, and I can't freaking wait. I feel like that's a little bit of a cheat answer because of the fact that I know I'm going soon, but that's always been one of the places that I have loved to visit since I was a kid. I've been obsessed with like Greek mythology and like the ancient civilizations, so I've always wanted to go to like Rome, Egypt, Greece, like those 3 places. But the fact that I get to cross that one off my list very soon, I'm very excited for. If I had to pick another one, I would say Switzerland or Scotland. Yeah, let's see if next year I'll have crossed any more of those off my list. That's exciting. Okay. Number 9, how do you define your style in 3 words? Practical, eclectic, colorful. Number 10, what's a motto you live by? Oh, a motto I live by. Because I was going to say, one that I always say, I would say like, is like, the motto I live by is live your best life, nobody else is going to do it for you. Author unknown. I don't know where that came from. I don't know, but that's just something I've said for a really long time. But another quote that is, I would say also a motto, is every day is a you day. And that's by Pete Holmes, one of my favorite comedians, my favorite comedian of all time. But yeah, that's been the motto. 11. What are 3 goals for the next year? So I'm gonna say like my birthday year. 3 goals. 1 is more like vain, but I don't care, I'm gonna say it anyway. First goal would be to hit 5,000 subscribers. I am almost at 3,500 as of right now, and that would just be freaking fantastic if by next year's birthday I hit 5,000 subscribers. So that's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is to get both of my splits back. I used to be able to do the splits, and when I work on them, I get better at the splits, but get both of my splits back. So like each leg, you know, forward and stuff. And like in a perfect world, adding the middle splits in there, but I mainly want my forward and backward splits again. It's been my goal for so long, so yeah, I'm gonna I feel like that's an appropriate goal to say. To be able to juggle with 4 balls. That's not like a big life goal, that's not like insane, but that is something that I want to do because I think that is sick as heck. I love the reaction when I start juggling because people are just like, what? And imagine if I could do that with 4 things. How cool would that be? So hit 5,000 subscribers, get both of my splits back, and be able to juggle with 4 objects, balls. 12. What do you want to say to yourself in a year? Oh, these are hard. Man, I came up with hard questions. What do I want to say to myself in a year? Okay, I feel like I'm starting the time capsule for future Annelies, so here it is. Boop, start recording. Hi 2023 Annelies. I hope you're thriving because after the last couple of years that you've had, look where you are now. You just graduated grad school, and although the journey was not easy and there were a lot of ups and downs, it is still an insane accomplishment that you cannot let anybody take away from you. And I think something I want you to do is think about where you are now, how you got here, how much you've grown, how much you've let go of, how much ownership you've taken over your life and your own happiness, and remember that you can always do that. And lastly, number 13. In 3 words, describe your life. Ooh, adventurous, busy, and I don't know if you could, is gratitude a descriptive word? Grateful. My life is grateful? That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna allow it because I know what I'm trying to phrase it as in my head. So like 3 words to pick to describe about my life or how I feel about it or whatever is, I already forgot. Adventurous, busy, and gratitude or gratefulness. Whatever would be grammatically correct. That's what I'm choosing. And with that, my first year of my same interview, different year is done. I think this is gonna be so fun to not only look back on, but like see how my answers change. Like I think that's the thing I'm most looking forward to, is looking back at like year 3 or year 4, but then also seeing what I said last year. Because I'm not gonna watch this video, obviously I'm gonna edit it, but then once I post it, I'm not watching it again until I film this video. So we'll see if I remember what I said. But I think this is fun. It's not my birthday yet. I'm filming this like 2 weeks before my birthday, but that felt like a really good way to kind of like reflect on the last year of my life, like birthday wise, my year, my calendar year. And I enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed hearing about how my last year went or how I feel about my life right now or whatever. And if you want to do the same thing for you, whether it's a journal prompt, whether it's a video for yourself, I will leave all the questions that I have in the description down below, right below the like button. So feel free to check that out, copy and paste it, and do whatever your heart desires with it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're somebody who's been with me since my last birthday, thank you so much for sticking around with my channel. It's been a really insane year. Obviously, I've moved countries, started grad school, had a whole bunch of life changes, and my YouTube channel has been the one constant thing in this past year. Like this last month, things get hard with school and I have to focus on school and not on my YouTube channel as much. But it's always nice to know that I have my YouTube channel as like that one constant in my life that's always there, and a wonderful community behind it. So thank you so much for being a part of that community. And if you are not subscribed to this channel yet, please consider subscribing. If you want to give me a birthday gift, subscribe to my channel and tell your friends about my channel. Maybe they like tech content, maybe they like content about a person who's in their late 20s. Oh, I don't want to think about that. Oh, I hated that I just said that out loud. Oh my god. But before I go, of course, I have to take a brief moment to thank all of my Patreon supporters. These are my top tier patrons. I have tiers from $1 to $10. I post life updates on there. I post updates about the channel. I'm trying to post more behind the scenes videos that never saw the light of day. So if you want to be a part of that, see any of that stuff that's on the Patreon, or just help support this channel in a monetary way, birthday, you can go to patreon.com/Annelies and pick any of my tiers. The $5 and $10 tiers are the ones that get your names permanently tattooed on all my videos, so if that sounds interesting to you, you can check that out. But thank you so much to all of my patrons of past, present, and future, and thank you so very much to my top tier patrons. And that's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay beautiful, have a marvelous day, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye! Look at this. My nails match the shirt. Apple Watch band is like almost a perfect match. I don't know if I'm gonna be wearing this on my actual birthday, but now I'm kind of considering it. Anyhoozle, okay, see you in the next one. Bye!